Hello, everyone, and thanks again for joining us today. I'm Brice Babinec, and I'm going to take you through the process of creating a fully 3D printed pocket knife. Not just a replica knife out of plastic, I'm actually going to be making a fully functional knife from scratch by designing and then 3D printing with plastic, carbon fiber, and with metal. I'm really excited to show you how it turned out, so let's go ahead and get started. It's always a good idea to have a planning stage when starting a new project, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, it usually starts a little something like this. You get that idea in your head and then just kind of start spiraling with all of the possibilities. But fortunately, this made it past that conspiracy phase, and I kind of organized it into a basic plan, which you can see here. And really, when you boil it down, I think most engineering projects probably look a little something like this. You start with the what, move on to the how, try it, and then fix it. All right, so what do I need to make? Fortunately, I'm not designing anything new here because knives are probably one of the oldest inventions in human history. I actually looked it up before this, and knives have been around for 2.5 million years, and billions of them exist in the world. So I can cheat a little bit. I've got a lot of inspiration to pull from. It also makes it even cooler that this might be the first 3D printed pocket knife ever that's actually functional. So hopefully we can take that record home today. But out of those billions of knives, I pulled the closest one to me, which I think is just a cheap one from Amazon, but it works perfect to sort of explain what we got going on here. Obviously, I'm going to need a blade and a handle, but it wouldn't be a very good pocket knife if that's all I had. What makes it a pocket knife is the ability to fold back up into the handle. And so to get that functionality, I need a couple of critical pieces, which first off is a pivot point, and that just helps the blade rotate, and then some type of hardware to hold the two halves of the handle together. And then part of the spinning functionality too is a way to stop the blade from rotating. Otherwise this thing would just spin in circles endlessly. So this is a blade stop. And then it also provides a lot of strength as you're pushing down and cutting stuff. So I want to make sure that that part is nice and strong. And then on the front side here, I have a blade lock. And this thing is just a piece of metal that bends up into a flat spot on the bottom of the blade, and it locks it into place. So similarly, it keeps it from coming forward. And with those basic features, I pretty much have a pocket knife, but almost all of them have this pocket clip, so I'd like to include one of those as well. And then to help the blade spin, there are spacers on either side of it here, just to make it a little bit more frictionless. So that's sort of our part list, and let's go ahead and dive into how we're going to make these parts now.